Hello, crafty friends. This is the Paper Chef here. Today I launched, well, actually yesterday now, I launched my brother's ScanNCut course, fall projects, and I did lose my voice, guys. I'm really sorry. But anyway, I am going to share what projects I created for this course called Fall Projects, Brother ScanNCut Fall Projects. I launched the course on Udemy. I worked really hard at it for several months, and it's actually many years in the works because I've been developing courses for many years. And so putting all my background knowledge into these new projects, and I want to share with you what you're going to make and just kind of get, have some fun. And if you have any questions about taking the course, let me know. I'll share what a handout would look like. A couple handouts are in the course. I want to share my shirt that I wore for the course launch that my mom made. I'm going to share that first. I'm going to have to raise the camera up really high so you can see that. And then I'll just get into showing you all the projects from the different modules. So, hello Cheryl. Thank you for joining me. All right, so during the course launch yesterday, I wore this shirt. Haven't washed it yet, but my mom made this shirt for me. And I got the fabric, I believe at either Hobby Lobby or Joann, I can't remember. Got the fabric this summer. I gave her one of my really comfortable shirts. She's 90 years old, and I said, Mom, I want you to copy this for me. She put a really cool button on it, and I said, copy, make it like the kind I like. It's kind of like a dress. See, it's really long, kind of like a dress shirt. So some of you mentioned that in the video, so I just wanted to give a shout out to my mom, and I thought it matched the fall colors, and she made me a couple matching bags, not just one matching bag. She created 2 bags. So when I walk around with these, I always get compliments, when I carry any matching bags like this. She made a couple of these bags for me. So super cool. And she also makes ScanNCut covers that I used to sell them on Etsy, but then we got busy with doing other things. She's now helping me, my mom is helping me make bags. So when I had a kit, the last time I had a kit, the texture sheet kit last month, or actually it's this month, but at the kits I sold the month before, she made something homemade for every single kit. So cool. So she's busy doing aprons and things. Anyway, so now back to me. So I did get inspired from my mom to paper craft, that's for sure. I had a lot of challenges with this course, traveling during the middle of it, trying to do software things. Let's see. Even with all my experience, I kept making the mistake of not making the handout first. So I'll just kind of share this little bit of insight. Like I had done hours and hours of, that's a handout right there. I was just showing you, I'll show you a little bit later. But I did hours and hours of filming, and then I got to the end and I always make my samples first, then I go back to make my handout, and then what happened is the measurements were all different. The ones that I cut out were all different than the handout. So I either could decide make all new samples for that project, or I could decide to re-record everything based on the measurements that I'd made the samples, and that's what I decided to do. And because I did so much re-recording, and I lost my voice, and so right in the middle of the launch video, I couldn't even talk. I had to stop, cough, and then re-record it. So it was challenging, but I got it done, and now I'm going to move on to finishing that texture sheet workshop I'm up to, and I'm not working on my next course. I need to give myself a month break between working on the next one. I am working on some things with Stampin' Up! Because I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So the first little thing that we created in this course. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. Yeah, Robin, I'll let you know when I do covers again. I'll probably get on my channel and say my mom's making covers again, because I keep her mighty busy doing some other thing. So, if you have the SDX 125 machine, or if you have, say, any kind of SDX machine, you can make these right from your machine. So I started out the course where just warming you up. I said, let's turn on the machine, see what the machine can do. And this is just using some of the built-in patterns. And I just like to mention kind of what papers I use. This is our new Gingham Cottage paper. And this paper here, that was for the bottom layer, Gingham Cottage. And then that was a paper pumpkin color. The next paper up here is called Rustic Harvest. And I'm going to explain the different papers I use, because I use Rustic Harvest for the tag treat that I'll share later. I might even assemble one for you because I have leftover pieces. I can't fully assemble it, but I can do kind of a partial assembly. All right, what else? I have the distressed gold cardstock on here. And then I just took the external pieces. So all of this was just cut out with like the size I wanted to cut it, like I think it was the default size, right from the machine. And you can just, it's just showing you that if you take any pretty papers and cut out what's on the machine itself, you can get beautiful results. Then you can slap a dimensional on it and make yourself a vase full of paper flowers, or put them on. I could have put these on top of some of the boxes that I was already making. I mean, these will fit perfect on top of the explosion boxes. I'll show you in just a minute. So that was the first little module of the course. I also, in that first module, shared how to download Canvas Workspace for the PC. It's software that we use to design all this. So if you're wondering, a lot of people have the question, well, I have this model, I have that model. Can I take your course? It doesn't matter which model of machine you have, because I did design with this. I have it sitting over here. It's still on my table. Sliding it over. This is the This is the SDX 125. My CM did make a little cameo appearance. I'll turn the camera a little bit. So my CM model made a little bit of an appearance in the course, but my CM model is not really, I didn't use it that much. And I just want you to know that it's a software-based course. So you can just cut out with, I didn't do much cutting. I didn't show you, I did loads of cutting. Don't want to say I didn't do loads of cutting. As you can see, I did loads of cutting. But you didn't wait for me to do the cutting. I showed you the design. I showed you how to send it to the machine. I showed you once or twice how to retrieve it. Then I go and make all the examples, and then I come back and show you how to assemble things, because that's very important, how to assemble. And then I show you how to embellish, things like that. So you can take this course no matter what kind of machine you have. Doesn't matter what model of ScanNCut you have, because it's mainly software-based. All right, Cheryl's saying, she shared me to her downline, because Cheryl's a demonstrator. So that's awesome. Thank you for being a leader and sharing. So she's now inspired and going to finally get a ScanNCut. Awesome. So maybe you both take the course together. That's cool. Well, actually, send her to my basics course, because you're already been doing this. So send her to the course called SDX 125. And although there's a coupon here for inside this description of this video, there's a coupon for this course I'm talking about right now called Fall Projects. But if you go to my ScanNCut user group, which I hope you guys will all be a part of my ScanNCut user group, you can get coupons there for all my courses. Plus, they're on my website, thepaperchef.com. Plus, they're on my newsletter. Well, I have to send out a newsletter, but they will be on my newsletter. Hi, Linda from Stamp, Cut, and Create. Linda is my downline, and she has a YouTube channel called Stamp, Cut, and Create. So click on her name and hopefully follow her as well. During this video, you can click on Stamp, Cut, and Create and follow her. I would appreciate it. We all like to grow our channel. She's just getting started out. All right, so what did I do after this? Flight paper flower. I did things that are built into the machine, right? Things that are built into Canvas Workspace. So let's show you those kind of things that are built in that you don't have to go far. What happened to my turkey? My turkey lost an eyeball. All right, well, my turkey did have 2 eyeballs. Poor turkey. This is what happens when you move things around. I'm going to look for my eyeballs and put another one on there. One moment. Nope. My eyeballs are put away because I was doing some kids' crafts. All right, so maybe my other turkey didn't lose its eyeball. Here we go. Here you go. Okay, this one's cuter. So it's winking at you. How about we'll put it that way? So this pattern is built right into Canvas Workspace. And then I'll just give you some behind the scenes if I have the stamp set out right now. Right? So this one, if I still have some stamp sets laying around, I can tell you what stamps I used. It's a retired stamp set, but I decided to stamp the little sign, Happy Fall, y'all. This is one of my favorites, Banner Year. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and I used the heck out of it. Well, there was thanks in there, and it had like little text in the pattern, and I just decided to take that layer off the black layer and make the sign in Crush Carry and just stamp onto the sign because I thought it looked cuter that way. So that's what the turkeys look like, and you can just change up the colors. Yep, so that's what Linda said too. He's winking at you. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are cracking up with me. I'm going to be looking all over. I'm going to spend like an hour looking for the wiggle eye. You have no idea how long I look for things like, and totally waste time. Like when I lose a die, I'll spend all this time and I'm like, I should have just bought another die. Anyway, so let's see what's inside these. Okay, so I'm gonna have more things inside these, but I have these little fall bags I got from Hobby Lobby with some nuggets. I found these little pins at Hobby Lobby. I put lots of candies in there, like Werther's. Put little, these go like together like this. So when you cut them out, I did a little curling too, but I should have used a better bone folder. So when you cut these out, you can curl the edges. I show you how to assemble it all. And then you put this little box is adorable. I wanted to show you some behind the scenes because things I couldn't show you when I was sitting at the table at a different angle is that the reason I do things at a certain size or brother does things at a certain size is the way that the cardstock cuts out. So this is what it looks like. It's one piece, which is just a brilliant design. And you might be looking at that piece going, oh, how does that turn into this box? Well, it does. It just goes around and the little look what looks like wings fold up and just go into the back. So it's like super, super simple to assemble. And you can hold so much stuff in there. And with the cute little hats, and you can change up the colors. Anyway, like I said, Hobby Lobby has some fall stuff, but the grocery stores don't have a lot of fall candy out yet. I thought the feet were big and goofy and big. But here's what I was thinking, though, for this one. And I mentioned this during the course as well. So I put little candy corns in there. My husband ate most of the candy corns. Look what, I had to keep getting smaller and smaller bags to put candy corns in because he kept eating them while I was trying to film. All right, so look at this little guy. Look at these holes that were already part of the design. So I found these battery-operated tea lights at the Dollar Tree. And isn't that cute? I'm not going to turn off the light right now, but you get the idea. That'll shine through and that'll look really cute. As a little, so you could just use these as a tea light holder. That was just another idea for these turkey boxes. Anyhow, I'm going to be stuffing a lot of these things more once they get more fall candy at the store. So this was a built-in project from Canvas Workspace. Oh my gosh, his feathers fell off. Stick the feathers back on. These weren't actually secured on there. Like I could secure them on there better at the back, but I just thought it's a little more fun to just put them on the way it was. All right, and I guess Wiggle Eyes need more light. All right, so then this next project, not light, more glue. What am I talking about? I have no idea. I'm not on my game. I'm not at the top of my game right now because I'm so tired from this major undertaking. All right, so thank you, Cheryl. And oh, the sunflower. So Cheryl's referring to the sunflower. So if you missed that tutorial, be sure to check that out. I've been using the heck out of my sunflowers. Right now I'm working on, one of the major projects I'm working on is this video about the paper pumpkin kit. So she's referring to cutting out the sunflowers. And I actually used the stamps for this right here. So we'll get to that later. Let me that's going to remind me. That stamp is from the paper pumpkin kit, and I actually used it for this course because I needed a stamp that was small. So that's going to remind me to tell you about the paper pumpkin kit later. All right, so anyway, the next thing, so after I talk about how to download the software, and then I talked about, how to cut something, well, first how to cut on the machine, how to download the software. Then we also use Canvas Workspace built-in projects for these monster candy sleeves. And you can put in them some stickers. Let me grab those, one moment. My stuff is all over the place. I figured I have to do this video so I can get I'm driving my husband crazy with like the stuff all over the table. So I'm going to do this video and then clean up. So these would be fun for Halloween. So you're going to say you give this to a kid and you could put, this is cute. I found these at Hobby Lobby. There's like 12 in a pack. So you could do a class set. You can roll them up and put them in there like that. And now let's grab the lollipop and put a lollipop in there. Like maybe hold it together with a little dimensional. So these hold a lot of candy, so that's fun, right? And then, so that's just an idea. However, I didn't do it for that. I didn't do that. I'm gonna probably do something with these for Halloween, but I did it and check how easy these are to assemble. Just want to show you that too. So there's no glue. We use glue. You put the little teeth under there, and then they made these little slots, which I love. This was part of Brother. This was a design from inside Canvas Workspace. So they store flat, and then you put them in there, and then you move the little flaps, right? So I made these for little table tents for a kindergarten class whose theme is the little monsters. Isn't that cute? And I made them in all different colors, not just these Stampin' Up! Colors like pumpkin pie. I think that was fresh freesia, and this is old olive. I made them in pink, and so I made them with different colors, so that way, and then the kids got to pick the different monsters. And I mixed and matched, given this one, like I mixed and matched, gave different ones different kinds of hair and stuff. So that was really fun. So I already made about 30 of these. Some kids had already picked some out. They're loving them. They love the little monster theme already. So that's a fun way to start out the school year, is getting to pick your little mascot for the first day of school. All right, what else? Now, let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else we did inside of Canvas Workspace. I think those are the two that I did that were part of the Canvas Workspace. So let's move those off to the side. And then I think the next project I did was the tag treats. So I'm just trying to do it in the order I did it in my course. I've been making tag treats for years using punches. So I'll grab out the basket of these. Made loads of these tag treats. And I'm going to just keep going because they're so easy to make once you get the template down. So I'd like to assemble that a little bit to show you how easy they are. And kind of remind you, because if you're like, oh, okay, I've seen her do this before with her scoreboard and her punches. Well, now you can do it really, really easily and make a lot of these. And I decided to change the measurements because I could. When you use a punch, the disadvantage of using a punch is that you have a fixed size. But when you use the ScanNCut, you don't have to worry about the size. You can make any size. You can make them as wide as you want, as tall as you want. I decided to make the band 1 inch high, and I decided to make this like 2.5 inches wide. And so the paper I'm using is called Rustic Harvest for this project. And this coming month, or actually September, I am going to be basing my next YouTube series on this stamp set here, and maybe we'll do some Christmas too, because I found out after I had already launched this information about my kit that this went on back order. Well, it's not really called back order. It became unavailable in the inventory, and I don't think it's going to be available again until September 12th or the week of September 12th. So this is going to be the stamp set I'm using in September, and this is where I got this stamp. You are such a blessing. But we created the ovals with the ScanNCut. I stamped it in Cajun Craze, and I used Rustic Harvest paper for all of them. I used retired trinkets. They're called acorn trinkets, and I used the current linen thread. It's not called lovely linen. It's just called linen thread. Okay, so very, very fun projects. All right. Thank you, Robin, for your comment about the shirt. I have to go back and look at comments once in a while. Okay, so this is just going to show you how easy these are to assemble. And you can make, well, I showed how to do, when I show something, I like to show how to do something in multiples. So we'll use, let's see what we'll use here. We'll just do it this way. We'll just do it this way. So I taught you how to take some circles, right? And in the circle shapes, not this size, but you get the idea. And to weld some circles together with another shape for the bottom and make your own tag topper top. So I taught you how to do that inside the software. And then you just put a little bit of adhesive right there. And we made 4 on a page. So the 12 by 12 piece of cardstock made 4 of those. It made 4 of these bottoms. This is the same one. This is called Rustic Harvest. Okay, it made 4 of these, and I made these way too longer than I needed to make them. I could have gone with an extra half an inch smaller. Not way longer, but kind of long. I didn't need such a big flap around the side here. So we could have saved ourselves like half an inch there. But I made 4 bands, and I made 7 ovals. So that was all with 1 piece of paper. And then I cut out multiple pieces of paper. And then I showed you how to assemble them, like I'm showing you right now. Boom. That is a tag treat. So we designed it in ScanNCut. We made lots of them, and then I showed you how to make this oval. You could even layer the oval because we've done lots of layering. And then I stamped it with Cajun Craze, and I showed you how to color. Well, at one point in the course, I showed you how to color this paper, the Rustic Harvest paper. And then I just tied little acorn trinkets on there. I'm going to make more, but I want to mix and match the papers a little bit more. But those are my leftovers. And these are great for giving to coworkers. They hold like Hershey nuggets. They hold little mini Tic Tacs. I just like to put little mini Mentos. What else? Mini Mentos. Those Werthers. I think I ate all the Werthers. There's all these caramels in there too. Over there, maybe there's one. There's a caramel. These are pumpkin spice Werther's caramels. They're like a little piece of heaven. I ate like the whole bag during the course. All right, almost the whole bag. What was next? Then we started working in Template Maker. Okay, after that module of the course where I taught you how to make tag treats, and there was a handout for that. I always have I don't always have handouts, but there was a handout for that. Now these other ones, there was a handout, but it's by Brother. So Brother came up with a handout for this one and the turkey. Then when I designed the tag treat myself, I provide the handout because that means there's no materials to go with it when it's my original project. Okay, now these are, so inside of Canvas Workspace, you can import SVG files from anywhere on the internet. And so when you download those files and then you import them into Canvas Workspace, you can work with templates like this. So this one is, I used this really cool paper that's about to be unavailable in a couple days because it's the free paper. So this free paper, it's a celebration item. It's called Rings of Love. Let's see if I think I have a pack here. So I've been using this a lot for this course. So the Rings of Love paper is a celebration item. So when you spend $50 at my store, you get this pack of Rings of Love paper. So if you want to get this paper, get it before August 31st, right? And it has other seasons, not just fall. And then you can see how, so I cut these little trays out of them. And so there's great fall paper here. And then I did a little diaper fold. I just did that without the ScanNCut. I just did little diaper folds to put inside my basket. I was just adding extra things to my basket. That's the Rings of Love. And what else? This is from the Paper Pumpkin Kit, the thank you and the hello. This month's Paper Pumpkin Kit, Sweet Sunflowers. This is one of my tag treats. So you can just put extra stuff in here. There's a little from this one, Hello Harvest. Okay, and candy corns that my husband keeps eating. Little notebooks. I just put little stickers on the notebooks, that's all. You can decorate anything you want. Here's pumpkin spice latte or pumpkin spice Keurig cups. Okay, and this is just one of the cards. I did a tutorial on how to cut out pattern paper from Celebrate Everything using your ScanNCut, and in the background is Texture Chic or Season of Chic stamp set. Over here, Season of Chic stamp set, and colored some paper from Rustic Harvest and used the ScanNCut. So you can put cards in your baskets because I made them that size. See, here's another Werther's. I'm going to eat this right now because my throat is, well, I'm going to use the excuse because my throat is itchy. But really, I just love pumpkin spice Werther's caramels. They're so good. All right, another little notebook. And that's from Texture Chic Sweet. More nuggets from grass. And I'm going to have a lot more candy in these once the stores come out with candy. So in Template Maker, there's something called Nestable trays. And that's what these are. Hi, Darlene. Thank you. I'm glad you like the projects. They're nestable because they're at a slight angle. They go up a little bit at an angle, and you can then nest them inside each other. So you can make a bunch of these at once and nest them inside each other. So they're really, really useful that way. So that was my first Template Maker project. The next Template Maker project was the mini coffin. And to make these, I had a really old stamp for this one. See if I can grab that. I think it's like from 20 years ago. I haven't been a demonstrator that long, but I used to get some of these on sale before I became a demonstrator. It says into celebration. I don't think that one's Stampin' Up. This just kind of hitchhiked its way in there. But this one, send a celebration. I don't even know if that's where this came from. But my little stamp is in that package. I don't know where this is from. 1993 Stampin' Up. And I've saved it because I love the font of that Halloween stamp. And it's like, these is like my go-to thing. Boo, happy graduation, happy 4th of July. It's like, I'm so glad I have some of these because I just always need them. Never know where to find them. Anyway, so happy Halloween in my little coffin box. And these little bats are part of Stampin' Up. I'm not Stampin' Up. I'm sorry. Not Stampin' Up. It's part of ScanNCut. Part of Canvas Workspace. There's little projects in there and you could cut out the bats. But some of them I did punch out from Stampin' Up. So this one, there's probably a few I punched out. So there's a punch, but not the ones with the little eyes. So what I did is I inked these up with craft ink, right? So I used craft ink, like that white ink, rubbed it around, and put some Wink of Stella on them so they would contrast. But this one is from Stampin' Up. That's what I was meant to say. Not the ones with the eyes, but the smaller bat. I was able to use this bat punch to get that. Okay, you're asking me about the bats. Let's see. How do you make the coffins? Yes, I show how to make the coffins in the course. Yes, this is... I can't even remember now because this was one of my earlier projects. If I made the small one or the large one with you. I'm pretty sure I made the large one with you and the small one later. But either way, you just... all you do is use the template from Template Maker. And then I show you how to cut out and assemble the coffin. And I think what I said is I like them when they're... So sometimes my examples are just experimental. So I like it when they're a little bit... I like this size better. But of course, it depends on what you're going to put in it. Put the little bats back in there. So if you're going to... I think this is a cuter size. And I like the lid being a little bit longer. So let's see. Oh, no, that's the same size lid. I just like it a little bit shorter, though. But it's the design is a little bit split. It's like the little split design. Now, this is just because this is the way Template Maker makes it. You can modify the designs as well. But I did, and I wanted a little bit more to show. So, yes, we're going to make the coffin box. And then the third thing we make from Template Maker, these are built-in templates, meaning we just have to adjust them, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, all that. Here's the third thing we make from Template Maker. It's called the explosion box. And I just did a little video showing what's inside these, but I'll show you because that was a little minute-long video. I'm going to put the lids on so I can show you what's inside. So the reason I came up with this particular size box was because I wanted to go, and I used Template Maker, and I wanted to use the 12 by 12 cardstock and make everything as big as I could, right? But was still only using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So that's the reason I used this particular size box, and I give you all the measurements, and there's a nice handout for this. Or if it's not there yet, it will be. Because I'm not even sure what I've uploaded already. It was all just a blur at the end there. I was really trying to get the course approved. You have to get the courses approved through Udemy. And I didn't put quite all the handouts there, but I had to have the videos a certain way and the graphics. All right, so let's open this one up because I'm using retired paper for this. You may recall something called Flowers for Every Season. The stamp's not retired. It's from the Charming Sentiments. It's a great stamp set with all kinds of sentiments. So this is from Charming Sentiments, a current stamp set. But this paper here is Flowers for Every Season, which is a retired bunch of paper and memories and more cards. But I have a lot of it. And the cinnamon cider is a color that coordinated with it. So I use cinnamon cider cardstock. And you can see I just open it up and these are called explosion boxes. And I found these wonderfully smelling. I can smell it right now as it comes out. I can just smell this. I wish you could smell this through the camera. It smells so nice. These are little Yankee candles. This is called Golden Autumn. So the candle is, I just put it in some grass, the little Yankee candle. Put it in the grass like that. And then you can write your messages inside the explosion box. And just put some grass in there. And you can put candy in it too. It'll hold a lot more stuff. But I just thought the candle was perfect. I have a lot of people to thank. So, and I do that, you know, it's the season of gratitude. I always give out little things this time of year. All right, this one, so that one's, the theme for this one was called the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper, using the fall ones. The theme for this one was called Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. So that's the Celebrate Everything. It's the free host set. I don't think it's free. It's $18, sorry. It's not free, but it's use your rewards. I guess it's free because you can only use your rewards to buy it. So it's $18 worth of rewards. Let's put it that way. So you're not paying $18. You're using $18 in rewards. So say your order at my Stampin' Up store is $180. And that means, and then you get 10% rewards. So you get $18 worth of free rewards. You can get this 48 sheets of paper called Celebrate Everything. So it's really cool. And that Crushed Curry is one of the colors. And so is Granny Apple Green. You can see here the colors go in there. Granny Apple Green. Cajun Craze was one of the colors. There's some Cajun Craze. That's why I use the Cajun Craze cardstock. And then Shaded Spruce. So it's a really fun. And then this one I put another Yankee candle called Apple and Sweet Fig. Oh, that's so nice too. Really love Yankee candles. And then I use some gingham paper. These are little things we sell at Stampin' Up, these little leaves. And some gingham, not paper, gingham ribbon. And this is like the leaf, amber, and gem pack. Okay, and then this one, the theme of this one is, okay, this is that same paper as before. How did I already forget the name of it? Oh yeah, Rings of Love. Rings of Love Designer Series paper. I almost forgot the name. I'm thinking Thank You came from that same Charming Sentiments bundle. Okay. Hi, Suzanne. Thank you. I'm glad you came. Hi, Linda Kay. I'm glad you're getting ideas for your ScanNCut. That's awesome. All right. This is from Charming Sentiments, this one. Same as that one. But this time I used a different color. Like I used soft suede because it was a coordinating color. Okay. So here is the outside. And then here is the inside. And I just used little pieces of paper. And I show you how to cut these papers too. The baby Yankee candles, they're $3.49. You can get them at the store. So we just get them at any store, like Walmart, any store that sells Yankee candles. So maybe like Hobby Lobby, Amazon. I'll link to them if you want. I can link to them, probably find the same size at Amazon so I can write. I could tell you the size. Well, I have to look up the size. I can't see right now what it says. Oh, here, I can see. I can see what it says. We have to put it up to the camera. Here we go. Hold on. 1.3 ounces. Okay. I'll try to link to them, but they're easy to find. Everybody sells Yankee candles. I think. Well, I think everybody sells Yankee candles. I see them all the time. I get Yankee candle air fresheners and put those in gifts a lot. Okay, and the last one is going with the theme of my workshop. My August workshop on YouTube is called Texture Chic Workshop. So I always do workshops, and I do a theme for the whole month, and I'm still working on the last one or two videos. Not sure if I'm combining the last two videos, but I'm going to get that done before the end of August, or at least one of them. And I use the Texture Chic Suite for that, and the Season of Chic stamps. And this is just something from that theme. You can see that this is another whole color scheme. This is Petal Pink and Soft Succulent. And I'm using the Memories and More cards stickers. The same stickers I used for those little pads earlier. Like these same sticker. It's just how you use them. So, just go with the fall. Go with your fall theme. Got lots of stuff going on with fall. You have more fall things than you know. And then this is what I put in this one. Now, this is not what I'm going to leave in here. It's just I needed to give people a reference. But I did show you how to make these on my YouTube channel this month. These little boxes. These are little treat boxes. We decorate them. How to decorate them. And I just put them in there to show you how big this box was. And I will probably leave one in there, put some candy in it, and then some other stuff. And maybe I'll go get another candle because they have other kinds of candles. I just got the 3 fall ones, but they have other kinds of candles. I just didn't know they were going to fit so well. I was actually getting those for my other baskets and then realized they fit in my boxes perfectly. So this is Template Maker, but I show you every step of the way how to do this through video. Import the project, cut it out, assemble it, and I don't assemble all these with you. I just assemble one, so you can get the idea. And then I go off and I make a lot of examples for you. All right, then after that, I go to my leaf project, my leaf card project, I should say. I like to give you a little bit of behind the scenes so I can show you kind of how, this is where I wanted to show you one of the extra things you get are these handouts that I spend as long as making these as I do like making the videos sometimes, because these are very detailed. So you can see how you're gonna start out. I go through all the steps and all the measurements, and then I modify them and I fix them, and I have to, write myself notes. Okay, so behind the scenes. So behind the scenes is this. You are going to make this project. I'm going to show you different kinds of. I'm actually going to show you different ones. These are the ones I made with you, and then I did it with another color scheme. You're going to take a leaf, and you're going to get it out of Canvas Workspace. There's a leaf in the program, and you're going to get the leaf and put it on your mat, and then I'm going to show you how to rotate the leaf a certain angle. I actually designed it upside down like this because I liked the way it was facing better. And then I'm going to show you how to mirror or flip the leaf, push the two leaves together, weld them together. So you weld them together into a shape, and that's part of Canvas Workspace. And then I don't know if you can see this, but that's a score line down the middle. Then I show you how to then divide the shape apart so that you can then make these insets. So it's actually called offset line, but we're doing an inset with the offset line process overlap or offset line feature. And we're going to do an inset, meaning the paper gets smaller and goes inside. And that's how you make the front of it. And that is how you make the inside of your cards. And then I show you how to ink around them and assemble them. And that's what I wanted to show you about. This was from that stamp set, from the paper pumpkin. Because I was looking around trying to figure out what stamp could I fit on here. Because I had designed the card and I wanted this card to be cute and small. And you can also use it as, little place settings. You could stand them up. And I thought, what stamp do I have that's really small? So I took the hello out of this month's paper pumpkin kit. And that seemed to fit really well. And I'm still working on the paper pumpkin. So that's another thing I'm doing this week, coming up. But that might not be until September when I get that done. But the little stamp came from here, Sweet Sunflower. So if you missed that video where I did show you on the ScanNCut how to cut out the sweet sunflowers, please check out that video. All right, so that is a little bit of background. So this is the pumpkin pie cardstock, and this one has like a little bit of linen thread on there behind there. So I was tying linen thread. So for these, I have themes. I always talk about color coordination. I do that in all my courses. So as my team member Linda pointed out, that you get a lot of extras about how like my thought process works and how I'm coming up with the designs and which colors I put together. So for this one, I wanted to use, because the paper, this Celebrate Everything paper had shaded spruce in it, I used shaded spruce cardstock for some of these because it coordinated. And then I had a lot of the cinnamon cider, and it's a neutral color because it's brown. So I just used a lot of cinnamon cider for these fall cards as well. But then after I did a lot of these leaf-shaped cards, I decided to try them in other shapes. And I tried the maple leaf. I like this one better, though. This is the one I like better. But I did try it with a maple leaf. And I just have it, the hinge being, I just made the hinge there. So this one's much wider. It would be harder to fit this one in an envelope. But once you learn how to make a shape card, you can make any kind of shape card. And then I was messing around with different themes. And I said, well, let me try it with the Rustic Harvest paper. And so that's why I have the pumpkin pie. Because I tried Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie with the Rustic Harvest paper. And those coordinated well. And so to show you a few of them. And then I tried it with Old Olive, and I think that was my favorite, with the Rustic Harvest combination. Old Olive looked really cool with Rustic Harvest. So I like this one, and I also like, I'm kind of liking the green background, so I'm liking these two styles with the green leaf, but like the Old Olive or the shaded spruce. And you can see how the color matters, where you put, if you got it, if you're wondering why a card doesn't look right, you're looking at someone's card and you're like, their card just kind of looks funny. It's because they probably used colors that weren't supposed to go together. And so it's good to use colors that go together, that coordinate well, because then something just is more pleasing to your eyes. And so I really think that the Old Olive and the shaded spruce are, kind of pleasing to the eyes. So those are my leaf cards, and I show you every step of the way, how to get the leaf, how to mirror the leaf, how to then, rotate, mirror, weld, score, then divide up again and separate by removing overlap and then making inset lines. It's a lot of steps. I mean, it takes over an hour to design and make this with me inside the course. The course is about 6 hours of video. 6 hours of video footage, and there's like over, I think there's probably over 40 or 50 videos. There's a lot of videos in there, so each one is like step by step broken down, and I'm thinking of all the steps for you as I do it. All right, so then I show you. Lastly, I'm gonna end here. This is where I'm ending. So in my last module of the course, I show you how to get an SVG file, and I forgot to tell you what that was in my other video because somebody asked me, what's an SVG file? And why do we need SVG files? And someone asked me in my ScanNCut user group, what's an SVG file? Well, it's a scalable vector graphic file. There's files that are available in this format you can use that format in your Adobe Illustrator program or your Cricut Design Space program. I use that too a lot, Design Space. You can use it in your Canvas Workspace. So it's basically a generic sort of scalable type of file format. And I just downloaded it and I made these layered pumpkins, and I show you how. And we even inked around with some, this one has a little more ink on it. It's pumpkin pie ink. And then pumpkin pie cardstock, pumpkin pie ink. And then this one is, this cardstock, or this paper here is called, what is this called? I forget. Tasteful Textiles or something like that. It was this retired paper, this textile paper. I put it as a nice background. So the SVG file I downloaded came with black and pumpkin. And you could use it for vinyl and make a t-shirt. I was explaining, or you could put it on a mug, or you could write something on it. But in this case, I layered it up with paper. And I made it real big because I want it to fit on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So that's what an SVG is. So anyway, my courses are on sale because I have a coupon, and when I launch, I can put them on sale. So it's only $9.99 with the coupon. And another thing you could do if you support my channel and you're a Patreon member, that's at any level, $5, $10, $50 Patreon levels. Well, not any level, not the very first level, but three of my 4 levels get coupons to my courses. So if you want to support this channel, there's a link inside the channel header to support me through Patreon, that's an ongoing pledge to support the channel, which is awesome. And then I also reward with lots of perks. I reward my patrons with sometimes my PDFs, my labels, or my whatever. If I forget to give them something, they usually remind me, hey, every year I put things on there. When I redevelop new things, I try to give them copies of whatever I'm developing. And if I do more PDFs, which I plan to, they will be getting those. But I just haven't done a whole lot of PDFs lately. I just make them for the course, but not always extras. But patrons do get coupons. I am making videos all the time, and they do get coupons. So I hope you'll enroll in this Fall Projects course. And I hope you will learn to make these projects and then share them. When you do make these projects, I hope you share these in my ScanNCut user group, what you came up with, because you might make a giant leaf. You might take your skills and make a Christmas tree card that's a mirror card. Mirror meaning a shape card, a mirror image of the tree. I would love to see what you come up with, a ghost. I would love to see how you take what you learned and turn it into a project that is customized for your own needs. So these are all the things we made. Lots of videos, lots of step-by-step instructions, and I hope to see you in my course at Udemy. For those of you that are already registered, I'll be answering questions if you post them as soon as I get back in there. All right, thank you all for watching. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great day.